Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Shout out to Janet Tizu, shout out to my mom, and shout out to my sister. And shout out to our non-sponsor, someone that we love very much that provides products and nourishment and energy to keep us active on this show. Shout out to Jocko Willink. Today we have the Black Cherry Cola new formulation.
Get real close to the mic.
Yeah. Crispy. And the classic.
This is the first time I'm trying the new formula for Jocko, by the way. Yes, it is. So, oh, you're right.
So that was a fucking lie.
I completely just lied.
Today's episode is about caloric deficits. This is more of a health and fitness episode, which we want to keep things a little bit balanced because this show is supposed to be about business, entrepreneurship, marketing, growth. But we also talk a lot about health. We want to talk about bettering yourself, performing better. You know, how to watch your calories.
You can drink this on a caloric deficit.
Yeah.
Go. There's a reason why I wanted to make it.
Years ago, I was a personal trainer. I'm going to tell you right now, I have never, ever counted calories. I've seen some influencers who kind of talked bad about it. So when I was a personal trainer, I used to never, ever talk about counting calories, and I don't know why. So I've watched some fitness influencers very recently, Mark Smelly Bell, shout out to Mark Smelly Bell.
Stop being a calorie counting cunt.
He's very against counting calories. He looks at macros. So what are macros? Carbs, protein, fats. Protein, carbohydrates, fats. Those are the things that you kind of measure. So some days you have high protein, or all days you have high protein, and then some days you have higher fat or low fat, high carbs, low carbs. So you can kind of adjust things depending on what you're trying to reach. I've never looked at calories. Ever. Excuse me. Just recently I have. Excuse me. I've been looking at calories. Boy, does it make a difference. I feel incredibly stupid, ladies and gentlemen. I should have been looking at the calorie count because calories are very easy to overconsume with a couple pads of butter, too much olive oil. Fats are very calorie dense. So with that, I am kind of more careful. And just by being careful, I've noticed, okay, I'm leaning out. Okay, I'm in the middle of beginning of a cut. So my maintenance calories are about, and this is going to segue into what you wanted to talk about. My maintenance calories are 2,400. It's always rule of thumb that you cut by 500. Well, I'm cutting by 600. That's. I just want a little bit more of an aggressive.
Yeah, that's the same as mine. So the reason why I want to make this episode, or why we want to make this episode, is because a lot of people you see on Instagram, and it used to be really popular like a year ago or right after COVID. You'd see ads about these shredded dudes, or these really ripped people, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'll teach you how to do it. Pay me $100." It's not that hard. But the thing is I didn't realize that. I've always been, eat good, enjoy food when you want or can, and moderation and workout and fitness and all that stuff. I'm not like this big ripped dude, but I know these things. And so the one thing that I always thought to myself is, what is a caloric deficit? Now, if you're a logical person like me, you think right off the bat, I need to burn more calories than I eat. Now, again, as a person who doesn't study this stuff, I think to myself, okay, I have to burn through a workout, 2,000 calories. Oh my God, how do I do this? And then you look into how to do it, and then it's impossible. How do you do a 20-minute workout every day and burn 2,000 calories? That doesn't make any sense. You have to remember, one caveat to that is you're burning calories all throughout the day. Me, you, Sam, Cam, we're all burning calories as we sit here. When you eat food, you're burning calories. When you talk, you're burning calories.
Just living.
Calories is an energy source. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get into the science of that. but I want to get into how do you find as Andy mentioned, the maintenance caloric intake. When you're on a caloric deficit, me and Andy, or I think you are, we're both on a caloric deficit, and we eat lower than what is recommended based on the TDEE calculator. Go on Google, search up TDEE calculator.
Energy expenditure.
Something like
Total
that.
daily energy expenditure.
So
Cheetos.
I didn't even know that.
I want Cheetos.
Wait, we gotta do
Cheetos. Cheetos.
So I didn't know this stuff, and I talk to people all the time. My sister's talking to me about this stuff. My mom, my dad, everyone's, and I have to explain to them. Oh no! You don't have to do that. It's a lot easier than you think, realistically. Now, staying on the caloric budget, staying on the diet, staying on that stuff. It takes some discipline. Right, but there's certain things that you can do in order to do it that make it not so hard. And if you switch your mind to think that this is fuel and you can enjoy things here and there, it's not that hard. Now, we're going to talk about different ways to do it after, but just go on Google and look up TDEE calculator. I'm going to record my screen, so I'm just going to show exactly what this looks like. So I'm recording right now. If you just go in here, all the sponsor shit, go right to the first link, right? And right here, you see age, weight, height, activity, body fat percentage. Body fat percentage is optional. You don't need to fill that out. But if you fill out all these different things, I just filled it out for me. Your maintenance calorie. Oh wow! Wait, this is a lot higher than I thought it was. We don't have to get into this right now, but this is
so I got mine from using a special machine that they had at the gym.
Okay.
So basically, you stand on it with bare feet, and then you put your hands on it, and it scans your body. Right. It measures the amount of fat that you have, muscle. I do have a lot of muscle. I do have a little bit too much fat, so I need to work on that, which is why I'm doing a cut. But they measured with this machine based on the calculations of my body's composition, what were my calories per day? 2,400. Now, to put on more muscle, I would go to 29 or 3,000. To cut, I would cut by 500. Which would bring me to 1,900.
See, like when I'm going through this, like there's some things that you can ignore and some things that you can take. But right here it says 3,187 calories a day for a maintenance, right? Now I'm doing a cut and I'm a little bit lower than this for my maintenance in my head, but it could be, it could be higher now that I've lost a little bit of weight or whatever. And more active, not really sure exactly what it is, but this is just an example of how you set it up. Now, you take this, I went lower because I don't want to be on a maintenance, I want to be on a deficit. Maintenance is you work out, you eat this amount of calories a day, you're going to maintain, your weight, you might gain a little bit of muscle, you're still going to burn calories, but this is a maintenance. On a deficit, you want to go a little bit lower. Right here, it says basic sedentary light exercise, athlete, ideal weight, BMI score.
So if you're exercising...
Oh, right here. Sorry, I mean macronutrients right here. So down below, it'll tell you all the different nutrients that you got to take in for cutting, for maintenance, for bulking, and stuff like that. Now, to make it super simple, download an app called MyFitnessPal. You take the understanding from that. You go to MyFitnessPal, and you just track everything you eat. It's not that hard. It's a very simple UI. You go in there, type in the stuff that you're eating, log it for the day, then you can see what you've eaten, what you need to eat, what you have left in calories. Yeah.
They have another app called Cal AI, and it's really good at you can take a picture of the food that you eat.
Oh, yeah.
It will macro out exactly what the picture of the food is.
Does it track it?
Yeah, it tracks it. It's really accurate.
So MyFitnessPal is the original. I've been using it for a long time. Cal AI. MyFitnessPal is good if you know the certain things you're eating. You type in exactly what is in a recipe, whatever. Cal AI, great tool as well. Cam seems like he uses it. The one thing I'll say is if you're on a cut, one of the biggest things that you can do, and we can kind of get into how to eat and stuff like that. One of the biggest things that you can do that's super simple is when you're cooking chicken, when you're cooking that steak, when you're cooking whatever, don't use as much butter. Don't use as much olive oil. You go in there, you lube up the pan, but every single teaspoon that you're putting in there carries 20 to 30, I'm probably wrong, but it carries a lot of calories. If you go out, get a spray avocado oil, tastes very similar. You just cut out 300 calories from your meal. There's small things that you can do. Eat a rice cake at night. 50 calories for two of them. You can eat 100 calories right there. Smart food, popcorn. There's so many things that you could do that keeps you in a deficit.
Protein is key, though.
Protein is key.
So whatever you want to weigh, let's say you weigh 230 and you want to weigh 200, eat 200 grams of protein a day. Okay? If you want to eat in a window during the day with some intermittent fasting, that's even better to reduce the amount of insulin. Eat in a 6-hour window, 8-hour window. The shorter the window, the better.
OMAD and stuff like that, intermittent fasting. If you can combine a caloric deficit with a light intermittent fasting, and I'm not talking about like, listen, I hear people talk about like, oh, I don't eat while I sleep. That's intermittent fasting. Like, it's not really how it works. I mean, it is, but it's,
well, that's fasting.
But you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't really count. So what I do is I have something small in the morning. I have to take, I take specific supplements. So I have to take in a little bit of fat in the morning. I eat something small. Could be anything, has some protein in it, but something small early in the morning. Get my metabolism going. Do some cardio, whatever. I don't really eat until 2 o'clock every weekday. That's my intermittent fasting. Now, I like it. I've been doing it for a while, and I like it because I feel like this may be a weird thing, but the feeling of hunger kind of keeps me sharp a little bit. Like, I feel like I can dial in. But then once 2 o'clock hits, food, probably 2 big meals and a snack at the end of the day. I'm able to be a little bit flexible with what I eat as long as I stay within my macros, but I'm able to enjoy it. Like for example, the other day I got specifically made Five Guys burger. It was incredible. Got my fats, got my protein, got my carbs. And then I had a little bit left over, protein shake, yogurt. What else did I eat? Oh, beef jerky. And then hard-boiled eggs. You know, there's certain ways that you can really enjoy these diets, but staying in the caloric deficit. Do you what is your whole talk about like OMAD and all that stuff?
So sometimes I'll do 1 meal a day, 2 to 3, sometimes maybe 4 days a week, and then I go into 2 to 3 to sometimes 4 meals. So I cycle it so my body doesn't become used to it. Most of the time I'm doing at least 2 meals a day. That's normal. But if I'm doing an aggressive cut, I'll try to take in a super high protein protein isolate. It's like a clear protein. I'll do a 60-gram drink after my dinner, which is very, very high protein, high nutrient, taking it with my supplements. I'll only do that for a short amount of time where I'll eat that one highly nutritious meal that's balanced with an aggressive protein isolate.
Yeah.
So I'm getting almost everything I need, so I'm not losing any muscle. But typically in the norm, I'm more of a 2 meal a day guy.
That's what I do.
At
2 o'clock I break it and then I have a big meal usually.
Yeah, I'll have like 6 eggs with something. So 6 eggs.
I see guys just like down 6 hard-boiled eggs in like 20 minutes. And I'm just like,
yeah,
how do you do that?
I mean, that's
6 eggs with dinner. I'm sorry, 6 eggs then have dinner. So I'll have my 6 eggs at 2 o'clock, and then I'll have. Sometimes if I don't have enough protein in, so I don't have to stress myself out during dinner time, what I'll do is 2 o'clock, 6 eggs, 4 o'clock protein shake, 6 o'clock dinner. So it's 3 times I'm eating. I'll rotate between that and then doing 2 and then 1.
Yeah.
So right now I'm doing an aggressive cut. I'm just doing OMAD 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And then going back to 2 to 3 to 4.
The one thing I'll say, like for big tips that I've realized when it comes to dieting is if you like marinade equals calories, like, okay, liquid seasoning equals calories, but spices is 0. You could take, like, this is what I'll do. Like if I need to hit, my hardest thing is hitting my protein goal, because normally protein with no flavor sucks, right? Bland chicken sucks. What I'll do is I'll literally, you can take You can take 4 to 6 hard-boiled eggs, and I do this all the time because it's easy. And then you take like a seasoning, like a dry seasoning you really like, and sprinkle it over it, right? Salt, pepper, a little bit of soy sauce, maybe like a little bit of low-calorie hot sauce, right? That's one. Then you take, let's see, what's something like you just like I've been, since I've started dieting pretty aggressively, I like to cook. I love to cook. Maybe I'll share some stuff on the channel. It's one of my passions. I think in another life I owned a couple restaurants, but the thing that I love to do is make simple things like a bland protein and make it taste good. But I had to do it without adding calories. So there's certain ways that I'll do those things. Yeah.
There's a guy on Instagram who is like trying to get, I think, like 10,000 followers or something. And each day, it's like day 1, day 2, day 3. He's only eating like unseasoned chicken with white rice.
Oh, that's
cool. It's like day like 74 of eating uncooked, unseasoned chicken and white rice until I get 10 uncooked now.
That's so hard, bro.
And like every episode, he gets like progressively more like disgusted by it. It's so funny.
Well, that's like the one thing that I was saying before. Like that's the one thing that's so hard is getting your protein in, because a lot of it is just bland. Like, dude, like there's so many like great ways to do it. You know what I found recently? That's amazing. Dude, mac and cheese is crazy for me because I love it, but I can't.
The adobo. Have you had adobo sauce?
Yeah.
Or seasoning.
Seasoning. Adobo seasoning's great. Yeah. Well, dude, like, okay. Beef bacon.
Oh, so you wrap the bacon?
No. It's beef. It's beef. It's bacon made of beef.
Oh, like instead of strips, it's like a whole.
Yes. It's strips. It's strips. You guys have to try to find it.
Well,
listen,
bacon is good, though.
It doesn't matter. One caveat, it's a little expensive, but like what I'll do, instead of making bacon, I'll make turkey bacon or beef bacon with eggs. And then I'll have like, whatever I can, take maybe a half or a whole English muffin with some, and then I put the egg on it, it just combine them and it's amazing, but you're eating healthy. What were you gonna say?
So I went to Buffalo Wild Wings this one time.
Oh yeah,
And you look at all the sauces and it shows the calorie count next to.
Here, why don't you come just sit down? Just come sit down.
I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and I was looking at it and I loved the garlic parm sauce. The
sauce or
rub? No, the sauce.
Okay.
So I really like the sauce. I was like, oh my god, it's so good. And like the buffalo and the barbecue and all that shit. And I went down there because you pick what sauces you want.
Yeah.
I looked at the dry rubs, and I actually noticed for the first time the calorie count between dry rub and between the sauce. Dude, it was like 800 calories for the garlic parm stuff, and they had a dry rub that was 10.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why am I doing sauce?
You look at an item menu.
It's crazy.
And it says from 800 to 1600 calories. And you're like, what? I notice it now.
Yeah.
Right? And this is stuff that I didn't know before. I thought I was eating good. I'll get chicken wings with the dress. No.
So
because it's all sugar, it's all butter, it's all oil, and those are the things that taste good. It's the fats. It's the things that are not good.
They are cooking in beef tallow now, which is better.
So okay, that's gonna get me to my next point. What were you gonna say?
So, in terms of the chicken wings, something that I've actually been doing a lot recently, I get them plain.
Yeah, they're so good.
Plain chicken wings. Like, dude, and if you find a place that has really good, dude, chicken wings can be
delicious
phenomenal.
By themselves.
Dude, just a little bit of salt, pepper.
Yes, genuinely,
dude.
But listen, and the thing is, if you're like the type of person who's like, I need my sauce, just get it on the side, dip it a little bit, just dip it a little bit, or get a dry rub.
Dude, dry
rub with no sugar is good. But
dude, I target dry rubs and I target even chicken tendies, bro. Like I'll go and get plain chicken tendies.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I don't think I've ever
breaded,
ordered something other than chicken. Yeah. Okay. So and then the last thing I wanted to talk about is that I'm noticing some chains are starting to do like extra protein dishes that you can order. I feel like this is an untapped opportunity for restaurants, like Buffalo Wild Wings, or like fucking Chili's, or like just.
Dude, anywhere.
I've never eaten Wingstop, but
Wingstop is
fucking
like tasty.
F tier, in my opinion.
Nah, dude, they're garlic.
No, bro.
Okay,
it's
but that's
slow.
the thing. But like all these chains, right? Chick-fil-A. If there was like an extra protein designed menu item, fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
Five Guys, whatever it is, people would order that.
They would.
That would be
I would.
why-
Fast food options.
But it's a thing though. That's the
Bro,
problem.
you get a salad from them
Well,
and their dressing is like 6,000 calories.
Listen, you're not gonna. Here's my thing. When you're going to a fast food restaurant or fast food place, there's a way to eat it where it's not disgustingly unhealthy. But I'm not gonna go to fucking Wendy's or McDonald's and order a salad. I'm not doing that. I'll go to somewhere else. You know, I've ordered salads from Applebee's before. Pretty good. But that's that. Doing these certain things, finding the amount of calories you can take in order to hit a goal, doing different workouts, getting a kettlebell so you can work out at home. It's one of the best workouts you could do, full body. Caloric deficit, kettlebell workouts, walk more, go for a run. It turns into a hobby. It turns into like milestones and goals, and if you just put your mind to it, you can absolutely do it. That's how you do it. Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. Hope you gained some value and some insight. See you next time. Peace out.